They were cast out by the galaxy, but Earth took them and Captain Mara Vance drove the plasma cutter's blade through the quarantine barge's outer seal. Sparks erupted in the void, painting her visor orange. The hull groaned under the assault. Her cutter's breaching charge detonated. A perfect circle blew inward. Atmosphere vented in a silent scream. Mara kicked off from the airlock frame. Magnetic boots clamped her to the deck. She swept her carbine left, right, empty corridor. Sterile white panels flickered with failing power. "Park, seal it," she barked into comms. Dr. Jun Park jetted in behind her. He slapped the emergency patch over the breach. Foam expanded, hardening instantly. Air pressure equalized with a hiss. Mara advanced. Biohazard klaxons wailed from deeper inside. The barge's core pinged its final broadcast, disposal authorized. Galactic Registry logged it seconds ago. She ignored the signal. Her team fanned out. 4 Marines in full void armor. They moved like wolves on a hunt. First pod bay. Mara punched the override. Pods hissed open. Emaciated aliens tumbled out. Fur matted, scale cracked, feather wilted. 17 in total, non-citizens, galactic discards. "Strap them in," Mara ordered. No time for gentleness. Marines hauled the weakest first. Relkai, a lanky avian with shattered wing spurs, clutched at a Marine's arm. His beak clicked in terror. Mara met his yellow eyes, nodded once. Park knelt by a reptilian, injected stabilizer. "Vitals spiking, they're stable for Excel." Mara checked her wrist slate. Barge manifest pulled up. She overrode the disposal code. Stamped it. Emergency asylum granted. Earth custody. Her gauntlet synced to the galactic net. Upload initiated. 50%. 70. Locked. A new ping hit her HUD. Tribunal drones inbound. 3 signatures closing fast from the system's edge. "Contacts," Mara snapped. "Burn protocols now." Marines dragged the last outcast aboard the cutter's shuttle bay. Relkai stumbled into a human crash seat. Straps auto-deployed, cinching tight across his frail frame. He thrashed once, then stilled, eyes wide at the restraint's bite. Mara sealed the bay, hit the main hatch. Her cutter, S Relentless, pulled away from the drifting hulk. Engines thrummed to life. She strapped into the command couch. Park dropped beside her. "Registry accepted the asylum stamp. It's binding." "Not if they catch us." Mara gripped the flight yoke. Relentless surged forward. G-forces pinned her back. Tribunal drone chatter flooded open channels. "Vessel S Relentless, stand down. Outcasts revert to disposal protocol. Comply or be neutralized." Mara flipped to thrust max. Relentless clawed for velocity. The barge shrank in the rear sensors. Drones accelerated, faster than expected. Locked tones blared. "Point defense hot," Park said. He manned the console. Mara rolled the cutter. Evasive pattern alpha. Relentless danced through the drone salvo. Railgun rounds streaked past, missing by meters. First drone acquired. Relentless's cannons barked. Slug punched through its core. Wreckage bloomed silent. Relkai's voice crackled over the bay intercom. Faint translated. "You, claim us against the tribunal." Mara thumbed the comm. "Earth policy strapped tight." Second drone closed. Mara yanked the yoke. Relentless spun on axis. Park fired, hit. Drone fragmented. The outcasts murmured in the bay. Panic edged their tones. Human acceleration crushed them into seats built for worse. Third drone locked weapons. Mara vector thrusted sideways. Relentless's inertial dampers whined. She lined up the shot herself. Cannon roared, direct hit. Last drone vaporized. Clear skies for now. Mara plotted the burn to Saul. High-G course. Relentless groaned under the strain. Park exhaled. That was sloppy for them. Drones usually coordinate. "They're probing." Mara watched the scopes. No more signatures, yet Relkai unstrapped as G's eased. He staggered to the viewport, stared at the stars wheeling past. "Your ship defies intercept. How?" Mara didn't answer. She logged the pickup. Earth Central would vector escorts. The avian turned, beak parted in awe. "The registry, it holds." Tribunal envoys come for reclamation. "Let them." Mara met his gaze. "We enforce." Park patched a hypo to another outcast. Stabilizers flowed, the alien side scales relaxing. Relkai clutched the seat frame. "Disposal ping was final, no appeal, you cut in anyway." Mara powered down weapons, cooled the reactors. "Standard procedure." Alarms pinged anew. Incoming tight beam from Galactic Compliance. Adjunct Silex's seal. "S Relentless, this is Adjunct Silex Tribunal Envoy. Cease vector to Saul. Release outcasts immediately." "Your asylum claim violates Accord 47. Drones were warning shots. Next response is blockade." Mara patched Park in. He scanned the Accord site. He's right, non-citizen reclamation supersedes, she keyed transmit. Negative adjunct outcasts under Earth protection. Course locked, Silex's reply fired back. You dare, fleet dispatches now, surrender or face impoundment. Mara cut the channel, burned harder for home. Relentless hit cruise velocity. Outcasts huddled in the bay. Whispers spread. Human seats held them like armored cradles. Human ship shrugged off drones like dust. Relkai pressed claws to the bulkhead, felt the deck hum with power. They come in force, tribunal fleets do not yield. Mara glanced back, saw the fear in his eyes, the first crack in galactic certainty. Neither do we, sensors lit up. Jump gate relay ahead. Earth defenses pinged welcome, but Silex's threat lingered. Mara amped sensors, watched the void. A shadow fleet stirred at system edge. Tribunal signatures coalescing. She smiled, let them follow. Park leaned in. First hint they're scared. Dispatching fleet for one cutter? Mara nodded. Our procedure terrifies. Relkai sank into his seat. Wings folded tight. The humans moved without doubt. Cut barges, stamped manifests. Burned through drones. Galactic order cracked just a little. Relentless plunged toward Saul. No pursuit yet. Silence fell in the bay. Outcasts watched the stars, waited for the teeth in Earth's promise. Mara Vance punched the isolation override. Bulkheads groaned as hermetic seals clamped the Relentless's main bay. Red strobes flashed. Full biohazard lockdown. Outcasts stay inside the perimeter. Crew decon live drill now. Crew snapped to stations. Suits hissed on. Captain Vance's voice cut through the klaxons. No debate, no hesitation. Humans moved like a single machine. Outcasts recoiled as inner hatches irised shut. Relkai's wings twitched. His kin clustered behind him. The humans called this shelter. Aliens named it contamination. Adjunct Silex's face flickered on the command tack screen. Captain Vance, tribunal reclamation inbound. Release the non-citizens immediately. Your vessel enters Saul quarantine. Myra ignored him. She keyed internal comms. Park, interface patch on the outcasts. Force first contact protocols. We integrate or we fight contaminated. Dr. Jun Park vaulted from the bridge. He slapped a universal translator nodule onto the bay's outer viewport. Holoprojections bloomed, shared symbols, basic icons, food, water, safety. Then hand signals overlaid, universal gestures stripped to survival math. Park mirrored them through the seal, pointed at his chest. Tap the symbol for human. Extended claws in mimicry, pointed at Relkai. Relkai froze. Galactic protocol demanded isolation scans first. Quarantine bays, sedation drones, months of parsing. Humans bypassed it all, symbols locked. Park signaled trust. Relkai's primary eyes narrowed. He signaled back caution. Park countered with pack. Clenched fist to chest. The outcast mandibles clicked. Recognition sparked. Sensors pinged. Tribunal Vanguard breached system edge. 3 corvettes, signatures hot. Silex's fleet escorts. Mara glanced at the plot. Burn to orbital dock. Earth Station Bravo. They want to fight in our house. Relentless shuddered into high-G spin. Gravity transfer initiated. Docking clamps prepped for the station's carousel arm. Outcasts gripped seats. Relkai's claws scraped alloy. Your world rejects us as vectors. Mara patched audio through the interface. Blunt. Monday procedure, you tether up, we walk you through. Park signaled harness icons, straps, tethers, no sedatives. Relkai hesitated. Watched humans drill decon outside the bay. Crew stripped suits under UV lances, scrubbed in chem foam, rinsed in sonic blasts, resuited in seconds. No panic, no waste. Park held up a harness prototype scaled for wings, signaled bond. The outcast unclasped. Claws accepted the tether, strapped in. Wings folded tight. Mara nodded from the airlock prep. Good, follow my lead. Silex hammered the channel. Impoundment tractors deploying, surrender the bay or face breach charges. Mara cut him, grabbed her own tether. Park, you're on liaison, keep symbols flowing. She yanked the spin-gravity hatch. Coriolis forces hit like a gale. Station arm whirled at 2G. Humans trained for it. Aliens, unsedated first pass with suicide protocol galaxy-wide. Relkai stepped after her. Tether snapped taut. His world tilted. Stomach lurched. Wings strained against spin. Mara braced him one-handed, pulled him through the vortex. Breathe steady, match my stride. He matched, claws locked on railings. Symbols from Park echoed in his implant patch, now syncing neural feeds. Human pack adapts. Relkai's secondary eyes widened. No vertigo meds, no crash foam. Humans walked the maelstrom. Dock clamped. Earth Station Bravo loomed, massive, ringed by defense sats. Human tech hummed. Outcasts tumbled in behind. Mara unclipped. Perimeter secure. Medbays prepped inside. Silex's corvettes closed. Tractors lanced out. Relentless bucked. Point defense lasers flicked them aside. Myra strode the transfer tube, Relkai at her flank. Tether still linked. Your tribunal calls us waste. She glanced sidelong. We call you family enforced. Dr. Park flanked them, nodded at the patch data streaming. Symbols bridging 80%, hand signals fill gaps, their learning pack hierarchy already. Relkai tested it, clenched fist to chest, mimicked Mara's salute. Outcasts echoed, wings relaxed a fraction, station alarms whooped. Tribunal borders pinged demands, Silex's voice boomed over open freak. Earth command, stand down, non-citizens revert to galactic custody. Contamination vectors confirmed. Mara hit the station PA. Negative, full integration drill commences. She waved techs forward. Human med scans deployed, non-invasive, rapid, needles optional. Outcasts flinched as fields hummed over scales and feathers. Park signaled heal. Data flowed, no quarantines, no disposals. Relkai felt the scan, warmth spread, implants sink deeper, human compassion weaponized, symbols evolved, protect, he signaled back. Enforce! Silex's fleet tightened net. Corvettes fired warning grids. Station defenses answered. Railguns spat kinetics. One corvette yawed hold, Mara watched from observation deck. Relkai beside her, tether clipped short. Your kind fears our bond, Relkai said, voice through patch halting but clear, Mara's lips thinned. They fear Monday. Park patched fleet telemetry. Adjuncts lead ship signaling parley, tractors offline. Silence gripped the deck. Outcasts clustered, watch screens, tribunal signatures faltered. Silex's face returned, pale under frills. Captain, your procedure, it violates purity edicts. Mara leaned in. Our edict belong or burn. Relkai stepped forward, wings half unfurled. We choose. Silex's eyes darted. Fleet plots showed Earth battle groups rising, subsurface launches from Luna. Vanguard corvettes peeled off. One vented Atmo, Park's patch hummed. Symbols finalized, pack sealed. Mara cut the channel. Techs ushered outcasts to inner habs, harnesses stayed on, bonds tightened. Relkai paused at the hatch, looked back at the void. Tribunal shadows retreated. Station guns powered down. Quiet fell. Shuttle hull screamed as Captain Mara Vance slammed the emergency clamps. Winds howled at 180 knots, hurling salt spray across the viewport. She gripped the stick, vectoring the craft down onto the coastal base's ferrocrete pad. Alarms wailed. Outcasts clutched harnesses, feathers matted, scales rattling. Feet down in 30, Mara barked. Storms are welcome, Matt. Thrusters fired in staccato bursts. The shuttle kissed the pad, then bucked sideways. Mara killed the engines. Red lights pulsed. Unstrap. Move like you mean it. She hit the ramp release. Gale force air exploded inward, ripping at flight suits. Relkai unclipped first, wings folding tight against the blast. Mara shoved past, mag boots locking to the deck. Formation, single file behind me. They spilled out into the maelstrom. Hurricane Epsilon clawed at the perimeter fence, bending alloy struts like foil. Sirens Dopplered overhead, warning of surge walls cresting 5 meters. Myra marched forward, salt crusting her visor. Outcasts stumbled after, lowing in panic. One avian tumbled. Myra yanked it upright by the tether. Eyes on my back, step where I step. Base floodlights cut the chaos, illuminating staff in hazard yellow. They waited at the sally port, unmoved by the wind. Myra waved them through. Process 'em fast. Full kit. A tech slapped a pressure helmet onto the nearest outcast's crest. Seals hissed. Breathe normal, filters handle the rest. Ration packs followed, dense bricks of protein gel, vacuum sealed. Work badges clipped on, provisional crew, Sector 7. Report to Quartermaster Hale. Relkai snatched his gear mid-handover. He scanned the badge's hollow stamp, then mimicked Mara's earlier fist pump signal. Thumb up, 3 fingers extended. Integrate. His vocoder cut through the roar, patched English steady. Mara nodded once. Lock in. She pivoted, boots thudding into the wind-whipped quad. Outcasts fell into her unit diamond, flanks tight, rearguard signaling clear. Perimeter alarms spiked. Myra checked her wrist comp. Tribunal signatures bloomed on the Atmo edge, Silex's corvettes tractors spooling. Adjunct wants his trash back, she muttered. Park jogged up, hood latched, datapad glowing. Fleet telemetry confirms their vectoring shuttles demand custody transfer. Mara snorted. Let him taste the hurricane. They pushed into the storm core. Waves smashed the seawall 50 meters off, foam exploding skyward. Base guns tracked inbound blips, 3 shuttles breaching the mesosphere. Relkai locked step beside her, copying her knee bend for crosswinds. His claws scraped ferrocrete in rhythm. Outcasts echoed the formation, badges flapping like battle flags. Staff ignored the gale, welding a breached panel without pause. Silex's voice crackled over open channel. Captain Vance, Tribunal Mandate 47B. Release the non-citizens immediately, our shuttles inbound for extraction. Mara thumbed her comm. Negative, their crew now, Static hissed back. This defies galactic order, your weather shield holds no jurisdiction. Winds drowned the rest. First shuttle pierced the cloud deck. Lightning forked, slamming its flank. Hull sparked, it yawed, spilling debris. Mara didn't break stride. Hale, gear check, Quartermaster Hale bellowed from the armory hatch, tossing tool harnesses. Outcasts caught them one-handed, clipping in. Relkai tested his torque wrench, plasma cutter, biosealant. He signaled ready, fist tight. Second shuttle dove lower. Base point defense lasers flicked alive, silent in the roar, stitching the intruder. It fragmented mid-descent, wreckage cartwheeling into the surf. Surge swallowed it whole. Park patched Mara's HUD. Silex's lead corvette pulling back, storm sheer at 250 knots, their pilots untrained for it. Mara marched on, standard op. Relkai's eyes widened behind his visor. He matched her pace exactly now, wings tucked, signaling flank secure to the outcast behind. The group tightened, ignoring the fence post snapping overhead. Staff hauled them into the fabrication bay. Lathes whirred, welders sparked. Assign bunks, Mara ordered. Morning drill at 500, weather holds. Silex's channel reopened, frills quivering on the split screen. Your barbaric conditions unsustainable, cease this integration. Mara halted the line at the bay doors. Outcasts stacked gear inside, badges scanning green. She leaned into the pickup. Come take 'em. Lightning cracked again. Third shuttle vaporized on approach, nav failing in the updrafts. Quiet fell inside the bay. Welders hummed low. Outcasts stowed kits, formations dissolving into ordered rows. Relkai stood at Mara's shoulder, hand signal lingering. Pack. Park sealed the outer hatch. Sirens faded to background drone. Mara checked the perimeter feed. Silex's fleet orbited high, tractors dark. No more inbounds. Base guns powered down, staff clocked in for double shift. Relkai tilted his head, vocoder soft. Storm, enforces. Mara clipped her helmet. Every damn day. Hale waved the last outcast through. Badges sink to base net, drills tomorrow. Hurricane howled on. Silex's signal died. Fleet plots inverted, retreat vectors locked. Silence gripped the bay. Gears turned. Storm raged outside. Mara's console erupted in red strobes. Tribunal corvette breached the mesosphere, hull glowing white-hot. She slapped the denial sequence. Planetary airspace net surged live. The corvette bucked mid-drop. Engines flared erratic. Nav systems slaved to Earth's broadcast pattern, forcing a tight equatorial hold at 200 kilometers. No weapons hot, no intercepts launched. Just unbreakable vector lock. Silex's face split the main screen, frills rigid. Captain Vance, by Galactic Tribunal writ. Static swallowed the rest. Legal extraction order scrolled beneath. All non-citizen outcasts revert to compliance custody. Immediate compliance enforced. Mara keyed fleet-wide. All stations denial phase 1 confirmed, hold vectors. Base guns stayed cold. Satellite mesh hummed invisible, rewriting alien thrust profiles in real time. Earth's sky turned noose. Relkai pressed close, claws tapping deck. His vocoder clicked. They circle. Like flies, Mara said. She pulled perimeter feeds. Outcasts drilled in the bay, badges sinking to armory racks. Park jogged up, tablet glowing. Nets rewriting their ephemeris data. They think they're maneuvering free. Silex's transmission punched through. This violates interoperability accords. Release the corvette. Mara leaned in. Denied, your vector's legal now. She cut the line. Corvette looped obediently, a prisoner in geosync cage. Frills quivered on auxiliary feed. Silex pulsed adjunct codes. Nonviolent retrieval authorized. Cutters deploy under immunity clause 47B, no resistance permissible. 4 tribunal cutters knifed from the corvette's bays. Slender dart shapes, legal white hulls flashing writ holograms. They plunged atmosphere, immunity beacons pulsing galactic standard. Mara's fingers flew. Phase 2. Localized aerodenial activated. Base perimeter ionized, microwave lattice snapped up, invisible walls shearing cutter thrust plumes, lead cutter fishtailed, pilot overcorrected. Second followed blind. Immunity writs blinked futile on her scopes. Park whistled low. They're burning retros too early. Lattice is spoofing their descent profiles, making ground look 20 clicks higher. Relkai's wings flared. Trap in air. Standard procedure. Mara tracked the swarm. Cutters scattered, hunting visual on the base. No shots yet. Her net force-fed them ghost altitudes, ghost winds. One cutter grazed a thunderhead, shedding foil. Silex barked open channel. Cease interference, we bear writs, land us. Mara ignored him. She vectored drone wing from Hangar Alpha. 20 human-piloted interceptors, stealth skins, variable geometry, no lasers primed. Pilots slaved to net, ghosting the cutters from below. Lead cutter dove hard, writ beaming. Mara's net flipped its gyros. Drone 1 matched vector, pylon claw extended. Latched the cutter's flank pod. Yanked, cutter spun wild, Mara nodded. Boarding teams go. Drones swarmed precise. Claws gripped, mag seals bit. Cutter pilots punched chaff, useless. Human pilots rode them down, forcing belly lands on perimeter pads. No crashes, no kills, just captures. Second cutter jinked legal evasion. Drone wing pinched it mid-turn. Clamps sheared drive nacelles. It auto-rotated to dirt, skids gouging turf. Relkai gripped her chair arm. You take wings? Airspace is ours. Mara watched third cutter flare immunity burst. Net countered, injected descent override. Drones latched tandem, hauled it horizontal, straight arm to ground lock. Silex's voice cracked. This is assault, tribunal. Fourth cutter broke for open sky. Mara keyed override. Planetary net pulsed highband, hijacked its immunity transponder, turned galactic ping into denial beacon. Corvette upstairs locked tractors onto its own bird, reeled it back like stray cargo. Quiet dropped in the command blister. Feeds showed cutters pinned, ramps forced by base Marines. Writ packets ejected onto mud, ignored. Outcasts peered from bay doors, formations tight. Park checked tablet. All vectors neutralized, no hull breaches. Relkai tilted head at main screen. Silex stared blank, frills limp. Channel hung open, Mara keyed transmit. Extraction denied. She killed power, cutters sat silent. Marines zip-tied pilots. Writs dissolved in rain. Base drills resumed. Marines slammed the base gate shut. Mara Vance strode forward, carbine leveled. Tribunal shuttles disgorged enforcers, 24 frill-collared adjuncts in compliance armor. They advanced, stun lances extended. Writ projectors hummed. Perimeter line, Mara barked. Humans dropped into fireteams, boots grinding gravel. Outcasts hesitated. Relkai snarled from the ranks. His kin shuffled forward. Mara slapped his shoulder. With us, hold ground. Outcasts mimicked stances. Claws gripped human-issue vests. They formed the line, human muscle bracketing alien frames. Enforcers halted 20 meters out. Silex emerged from the lead shuttle, data slate glowing. Cameras orbited his head, broadcasting galactic feeds. Captain Vance! Silex's frills flared. Tribunal order stands. Release non-citizens. Extraction now. Mara planted her boots. Denied. Enforcers raised leashes, neural tags on extendable booms. Outcasts tensed. Relkai growled low. His eyes locked on Mara. She nodded once. Relkai stepped across the line. He mirrored her stance, chest out, claws splayed. Booms halted inches from his neck. Cameras whirred closer. I refuse. Relkai's voice boomed, translated clean through his vest mic. Earth claims us. Silex's frills twitched. Non-citizen, you have no standing. Earth gives standing. Relkai bared fangs. We hold. Enforcers lunged. Booms snapped forward. Mara fired warning bursts. Plasma scorched Earth at their feet. Line held solid. Outcasts echoed roars. Humans covered flanks. Silex keyed his slate. Activate restraints. Outcasts convulsed. Tags buried in their hides pulsed red. Neural fire hit limbs seized, foam flecked jaws. Relkai dropped to knees, claws raking dirt. Mara's jaw set. Medics, surgical strip now. Dr. Jun Park sprinted from the gatehouse. Teams followed, kits slung. They hit the dirt beside writhing outcasts. Park slapped scanners on Relkai's neck. Tag depth confirmed, nanolocks engaged. Enforcers advanced. Stand down, interference is felony. Mara's line fired suppressive, low-velocity rounds pinged armor. Enforcers dove for cover. Shuttles powered weapons. Scalpels, Park ordered. Medics deployed bolt cutters first. Plasma edge jaws sheared surface clamps. Sparks flew. Outcasts screamed. One enforcer crested a crate. Lance arced toward Park. Mara stitched it down. Rounds cracked carapace. It slumped. Park bored in. Laser scalpel hummed. He incised Relkai's tag site, precise 1 centimeter deep. Blood welled alien purple. Clamp! Assistant pinched vein. Park extracted the tag. Wires snapped free. Injector hissed. Coagulant sealed flesh. Relkai gasped, stood shaky. Clutched rifle. Next! Myra swept her muzzle. Medics rotated. 4 stations live. Cutters bit. Scalpels flashed. Outcasts rose one by one. Tags discarded in a smoking pile. Silex recoiled. Impossible. Tags are biometric locked. Removal kills. Park glanced up, blade steady on another neck. Not for us. Enforcers rallied. Lances spat charge webs. Myra's flank human rolled, vest sparking. Outcast beside him shredded the web with claws. Recovered rifle barked. Enforcer dropped. Line pushed forward. Myra led. Close the gap. They surged 10 meters. Medics trailed, finishing tags mid-stride. Last outcast stood full pack armed, tags gone. Silex's cameras spun wild. Feeds captured every cut, every seal. Galactic viewers tallied, 20 tags nullified, 0 fatalities. Human medics laughed under fire. Quiet fell. Enforcers froze behind crates. Silex's slate pinged, override confirmations flooded in. Tribunal channels lit red. Mara halted 5 meters out. Relkai matched her, rifle trained. Outcasts flanked tight, pack bonds sealed. Transmit surrender. Mara's voice cut clean. Silex's frills collapsed. He stared at the tag pile. Purple blood steamed on gravel. His enforcers lowered lances. Channel crackled. No words. Mara keyed basewide. Secure the field. Marines advanced. Outcasts walked point. Enforcers knelt. Slates dropped. Park sealed the final incision. Packed his kit. Watched Silex. Silex met his eyes. How? Practice. Park turned away. Line closed. Shuttles powered down. Cameras captured compliance. Frills limp. Humans unyielding. Relkai gripped Myra's arm. Nodded once. Gate loomed shut behind them. Silex knelt in mud. Feeds went dark. Myra slammed the comms override. Base loudspeakers died mid-squawk. Tribunal drones whined overhead, shadows slicing the compound. Her Marines held the perimeter fence, rifles low but locked. No chatter, no challenges. Complete radio silence swallowed the field. Enforcers knelt where they dropped. Silex rose from the mud, frills quivering. His slate flickered, uplink severed. Myra watched him claw at it. No signal. Her U-team had blanketed the spectrum 10 minutes prior. Galactic craft circled higher, scanners probing blind. Relkai flanked her left, claws flexing on his tagged rifle. Outcasts filled the line, packs tight. Medics sealed the last wounds behind them. Park knelt by the gate console, kit stowed. Silex barked into dead air. Adjunct to command, confirm override. Nothing answered. His enforcers shifted, lances humming low. Myra keyed her wrist unit, local net only. Park, process them now. Park nodded. Pulled a laminated card from his vest, handed it to Relkai. Oath of residency, thumbprint seals it, Earth citizen, full rights. Relkai stared. Ink ran vertical, Galstan script beside English block letters. This binds me. Legally ironclad. Park tapped the line. Sovereign ground, no extradition. Relkai pressed his thumb. Blue residue stained the card. Park scanned it. Console beeped. One down, line up. Outcasts shuffled forward. One by one, thumbs hit cards. Park's tablet logged them. Residency granted. Human now, Earth's. Silex lunged forward. Myra raised a fist. Her line snapped, rifles up. He froze. You can't, tribunal decree. Watch. Mara cut him off. No more words. Quiet stretched. Drones hummed futile. Enforcers glanced skyward. Silex's frills flattened. The hovering craft loomed larger, engines throttling down. Shadows merged into blockade. Mara felt the valley settle. No shots, no demands, just the weight of silence pressing the air. Relkai gripped his card, eyes on the sky. Pack bonds hummed unspoken. Her Marines' breath steady. One outcast murmured thanks, cut short by a glare. Silex's slate pinged local only. He scanned the feed. Tags nullified. New entries flooded. Earth residency confirmed. Sovereign protectorate. His mandibles clicked. Reclassify. All outcasts, contraband persons, non-galactic assets in violation. Enforcers rose. Lances charged full. Silex thrust a claw skyward. Tribunal craft authorized seizure. Sovereign ground or not extract by force. Drop pod screamed down. Tribunal Marines repelled black-armored, grav boots locking gravel. 20 hit dirt. Phasers whirred live. Silex's line surged with them, 50 total, closing the gate breach. Mara dropped her fist. Defensive hold, no advance. Her Marines braced. Outcast citizens now locked beside them. Relkai sighted first target. For the pack, Tribunal lead barked. Surrender contraband, compliance or lethal. Mara smiled cold, wrist unit pulsed. Activate sovereignty field. Base emitters thrummed alive. Invisible dome snapped up. Earth's orbital relay locked it planetary legal. A violation pinged galactic nets. Sovereign territory breach. Article 47 invoked. Tribunal Marines halted. Their HUDs flashed red, legal lockdown. Drop pods recalled midair, engines whining retreat. Silex spun. What field override it? His own slate locked. Access denied. Earth sovereignty protocols supersede. Galactic law twisted back on him. Humans had filed the claim hours ago, preemptive ironclad. Outcasts weren't outcasts. They were hers. Enforcers faltered. Lead Marine keyed his comm. Static. Command abort legal block. Silex overrode. Push, breach the dome. 10 enforcers charged. Myra's line fired, suppressive bursts. 2 dropped, lances sparking. Relkai shredded a third with claws, rifle barking follow-up. Park flanked left, trank darts dropping flankers non-lethal. Silex retreated behind crates. Frills collapsed full. His slate streamed. Residency logs authenticated. Contraband status null. Extraction void. Tribunal craft peeled off. One pod hung stubborn, pilot ejected, chute blooming. Myra advanced 5 meters. Secure perimeter. Outcasts mopped stragglers. Tags flashed on new citizens, earth green. Silex huddled, slate dark. Watched Park log the 20th residency. Hovering ceased. Drones fled the dome. Enforcers knelt again, weapons down. Legal wall unbreakable. Myra halted over Silex. Rifle low. Transmit compliance. He stared up, no words, frills limp, quiet fell harder, gate sealed. Pack stood unified, sovereignty held. Silex dropped his slate, knelt silent. Silex's frills quivered as Mara Vance strode forward. Her boot pinned his dropped slate. Planetary override, execute. She tapped her wrist gauntlet. Skyward engines cut silent. Every tribunal shuttle froze mid-hover. 24 craft hung motionless above the dome. Their thrusters guttered out. No spin. No drift, locked. Silex's secondary hearts hammered. He craned neck skyward. Hull plates gleamed dull under Earth's sun. Pilot pods blackened, no escape flares. Galactic transponders blinked error red. Myra's voice barked over open comm. All vessels, sovereignty protocol active. Navigation hijacked. Power cores safed. Stand down or cook. Static answered, no protests. No overrides. Silex's own shuttle, half a click out, listed stern heavy. Its ramp refused to cycle. He clawed for his belt comm. Dead. Humans swarmed the perimeter. Park darted between crates, scanner beeping. Logged another outcast, green tag flashed. Relkai ripped a tribunal lance from fallen Marine. Claws retracted, rifle slung easy, walked patrol with Vance's squad. Their postures synced. Pack. Silex pushed to feet, frills clamped tight. Impossible, planetary nets don't. Mara's rifle muzzle kissed his crest. Quiet. Reinforcements breached the outer fence. Tribunal squads dropped from stalled pods. 40 enforcers hit dirt running. Lances charged blue. They charged the dome gate. Human security pivoted. No fire. Drones hummed low. Pulses washed the ground force. Enforcers froze mid-stride. Leg servos locked, arms rigid. One toppled face first. Helmet cracked. Myra nodded to her team. Disarm, escort. Humans closed ranks. Wrenched lances free, cuffed wrists, marched squads toward detention pits. No shots, no struggle. Silex's mandibles clicked. Neural lock, field radius. Park paused, logging, glanced over. Standard counter-intrusion, your suits sync to our grid now. She tagged the last outcast. Residency complete. Silex spun to the gate. Outcasts streamed back inside. No chains, no scans. Earth flags draped their shoulders. Relkai led them, claws sheathed. Eyes met Silex's, no hate, pity. The alien paused at the threshold. Home, Relkai growled, gate irised shut. Sealed, Silex's slate rebooted under Mara's boot. Tribunal feed streamed live. Galaxy watched, then cut. Black, absolute. Mara holstered her sidearm, stepped back. Sovereignty logged, all assets detained, evac denied. Her gauntlet pinged confirmation. Planetary override held every craft. No recall codes pierced it. Silex's frills wilted flat. He dropped to knees again. Watched humans stack tribunal gear. Park knelt by a downed enforcer. Injected comgel. Detention protocol, they'll petition from cells. Relkai circled the dome edge. Sniffed air, nodded to Mara. She clapped his shoulder. Pax unified. Silex keyed private channel. Command override status. Silence. Fleet command ghosted. Earth's net on the sky. He slumped. Frills dragged dust. Mara loomed. Transmit your report. He fumbled slate. Feed relit muted. Galactic Council emblem pulsed, then flatlined. No questions, no reprisal, quiet compliance. Humans turned away. Perimeter secured. Outcasts inside. Gate hummed standby. Silex knelt alone. Sky cleared. Ships hung eternal. Silence fell.